Strap in, boys. So,
Wow, I've always wanted to play the spiritual successor to Snatcher, the Japan only game between Snatcher and Metal Gear Solid. Thank God, Slow Beef and his friends have translated it for us. Now we can all enjoy it because
I still love this logo.
yes. When I was talking
Yeah.
about this with Yoshi, he was just like, I'm imagining just like an astronaut with a gun, and then I found that logo and I'm like, oh, it kind of just is. So, this is like
Snatcher's like the not so distant future. This is like a lot further on.
this is like the Sonic CD thing of like, people said it was really good, but a lot of people hadn't played it, so it's like, oh, it must be good because, you know, it's obscure.
Yeah.
It's a hidden gem or whatever. But so I watched Bob play most of this, and then we watched the video for the rest of it.
Oh,
That's
one-handed, so you can play a pizza in the other.
Oh, there's something you do with your
Pizza
other hand.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But yeah, this was not officially translated, so there is no dub, but that actually might make things better for us. So we won't talk over anything.
Apparently this was like an absolute nightmare to translate on a technical front, so like doing like a whole feature length dub is probably
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
can't expect that. Even just like the subtle, I remember like Slow people saying like they just changing the text is just not as simple as you'd think it was. Wow, this is already really fucking dated.
2013年コロニーへの一般市民の移住に伴い数十万の移住者たちの治安を守るため
11 years ago.
宇宙訓練を受けた警官が制作され
Oh, that could still happen though.
イギリススコットランドヤードからゲイツ・ベッカー日本の警視庁からジョセフ・貞興徳川アメリカ・ニューヨーク市警からサルバトーレ・トスカニーニそしてロサンゼルス市警から俺とエド・ブラウン世界中の警察からえりすぐられた俺たちは警察権限を持つ宇宙飛行士としてポリスノーツと呼ばれた
What a silly concept.
This is like a hell of a lot more original than Terminator meets Blade Runner, but it's you know, maybe we should reserve judgment. Maybe you'll love this, Yoshi. Maybe you'll think it's great.
Maybe we were a little harsh
Maybe,
the first time.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we'll see.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I'll admit I went into this with like pretty high expectations because it was this long fabled Kojima game. Like, you know,
Oh no, space!
You know, I'm watching this and I can't remember the fucking plot at all.
I remember, yeah, bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
The little bits I do remember, but I should also say
This
Snatcher
was made for the PlayStation, I guess?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I believe so. It's either the. I don't know if it's another like PC thing, but actually, Snatcher got a port to the Saturn and PS1, and they were actually pretty bad ports. They had like this arranged music that sounded terrible.
Oh,
25 years later? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we've made it to the actual future.
oh God.
I like how there were two from the LAPD, and I'm going to assume one of them was the guy who just bit it in that scene. They like knew they needed an extra.
No, he's fine. Definitely gave him more of a budget.
Oh my god, that MIDI dude! That fucking silly ass MIDI doot sound.
That's how Metal Gear Solid opens. Just those opening notes.
Of course, there has to be a new LA.
Solid Snake.
Oh, I missed it.
It's just a neon sign that said Solid Snake.
Oh, we can get Solid Snake here. Hell yeah.
Marlboros.
Malhoros. And,
Yeah.
Or no, maybe that was a B. It's kind of hard to see.
I like this theme, but I don't know if it's just because of nostalgia for MGS1's opening. When I hear do 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 do, I just expect a far better game to follow.
This game looks like it has a lot of promise, like,
But yeah.
especially based, you know.
Well, I mean, when there's like only Japanese like material, yeah, you would just look at this and just think it looks really cool, but you can't play it because it's a untranslated adventure game. So you just have to use your imagination and just think, wow, this looks really cool.
That was a very unceremonious title drop.
Yeah.
And the music just kind of ends.
Yeah. This absolutely is like sort of the missing link between Sinatra and MGS.
Stay home.
Damn it.
俺はジョナサン・イングラム。30年前、スペースコロニーのビヨンドコーストでポリスノーツとして働いていた。もっとも、エンプス事故で宇宙をさまよっていた俺には、わずか数年前のことにしか思えない。まだ生々しい記憶だ。妻や友人、仕事、何もかも30年前に置いてきてしまった。あの事故で過去を失った俺は、この汚れた街オールド LA でネゴシエーターまがいの探偵をしている。幼児誘拐や人身売買のネゴシエート、身代金の仲介、脱獄犯の逮捕。
Wait a minute, how often does it snow in LA?
Yeah, no.
Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry, no, this is old Los Angeles. It snows all the time there.
せいぜい腹いっぱいになるまで頑張るしかないか。
I would actually be like completely open to this having an English dub though, because he is American.
さて、依頼人が来るまで何をしようか。この部屋には俺の過去を示すものがたくさんある。前方の壁には新聞の切り抜きや写真が。
I love that that's a recurring trend
上
of,
にはあいつとの写真。
like, a very Japanese game that is entirely set in America.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
hi,
just
mouse cursor.
obsessed
I mean,
with American culture, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Snatcher was set in Japan, but it still had an American protagonist.
Right.
Oh, this game
Although I
supports.
guess it made sense, yeah.
This game supports the PlayStation mouse.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, it's the best way to play it. So yeah, we're actually suddenly a lot more like a Western point-and-click adventure game. Yep. Did they fall asleep? Okay.
Bonafide recoil gun.
Yeah, recoiled when you fire it. It has
I
extra
suppose
recoil.
instead of like a laser gun.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you like fires projectiles. Yeah, you might be right.
I think I'd call it ballistic more than I'd call it recoil.
I don't know if that's a translation thing. I don't know. Why don't you ask Loopy?
You didn't translate it.
Yeah, ask Loopy. I'm just gonna blame him for everything. I'm gonna blame him for the quality of this game.
He made the game, yeah.
Yeah, he did. People like to blame Kojima while I blame Sloopy. Holy shit, okay. How do we make child kidnappings worse?
Who? Wait a minute. Who harvests? Well, I suppose it means in general ransom kidnappings because nobody harvests. Why would you harvest a 4-year-old for organs? Not very useful.
間
No.
違い電話とはバカにしてる。くそ。
I don't want to make a thing of it, but my boss yesterday actually said that was a thing that's going on.
Oh. I actually really wish this was dubbed, given the setting. It'll take me a little out of it. But, you know, I'm not actually expecting that. I'm not.
Why is this dude so obsessed with his fucking beer?
そうだ、俺はしけてる。分かってるさ。くそ。
But then you can get a beer.
仕事の依頼電話はないか。このヘボ探偵、覚えてろよ、バカにしやがって。いいか、このままでは済まないぞ。覚悟してろよ。
I'll shut my eyes, I just think there's a Yakuza game playing.
くそ。仕事の依頼電話はないか。
I'm gonna get this out the way. I'm gonna see if Jonathan's voiced by anyone we know.
聞こえるか。オルソンだが、オタクとの取引はなかったことにしてくれ。じゃあな。
また依頼人に逃げられたか。
Wow, we
やっぱり
suck.
事件の依頼は入ってないか。
Wow, he said something different. Oh my god.
Jonathan's voice actor is still active. I'm struggling to find anything
間
we
違
all
い電
know.
話とはバカにしてる。
Voice Jonathan Joestar,
やっ
another
ぱり
Jonathan.
事件の依頼は入ってないか。
A pen. For the time, you know how pens, you know, they become old-fashioned.
Oh, he's the voice of Otacon in Japan.
Oh.
ロレイン、俺のワイフ。
Oh,
過去のこと
I love this. The
俺があの事故を起こした後、ビヨンドで再婚したらしい。今では他人のワイフだ。日本人とアメリカ人との2世。あいつには
they have a word for that.
的なところがあった。
Apparently.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, the behind the voice actors, like the thumbnail for Otacon in Metal Gear Online for the PS3, it's just apparently only appeared via Metal Gear Mark II, so it's just a picture of Metal Gear Mark II. So he always snatched a Metal Gear in a very elaborate sense.
I fucked up. Holy shit.
Sorry, but you didn't
Ken?
get me beer, so.
Most of this cast like reappear in the Metal Gear Solid series, but like nothing much more than that.
Biting my tongue because I know one who definitely does.
But yeah. That one's not as subtle. We'll get to that. I'm trying not to throw all the trivia at once.
We've got a long time to get through this.
We're 100% more anime. We have blue hair.
It's true.
Ah, okay.
But Gillian was frozen for 50 years. He just likes his protagonist, but just being kind of frozen for a while.
Very Captain America.
Yes.
As far as I remember, the whole like astronaut policeman thing doesn't come up again. Like
No?
that's just the setup.
That's just the backstory?
Yeah, as far as I know.
He's a cop in space for the rest of the game, but the Policenauts incentive, like that's gone.
Oh,
Like that's
okay.
finished. As far as I remember, like the characters are still knocking around, but oh,
Neo Kobe times.
okay, there it is. I was just thinking, when's like the first mention of Snatcher going to appear? I'm trying to think if this could like theoretically take place in the same universe. I'm trying to think if there's anything too contradictory.
Well, we'll
Like,
see if Russia hasn't exploded or not.
yeah, yeah, I was gonna say the catastrophe is kind of the big thing. Even Snatchers were kind of isolated to one city for a while. Yeah, a lot of memories of this game are coming back.
Yeah.
All of other memories of its pacing and why I chose to just stop playing it and watch a video.
Well, I mean, this is just poking the look command at everything, so I don't know if this is.
I'm not sure how required this is. Also, I
Like
remember
it's-
the reason you stopped playing is because there was a quote puzzle
Oh,
that you refused to
yeah.
which I think was actually a matter of the controls.
Oh. Yeah, okay, Russia's a thing, so.
Russia didn't explode. Check.
Yeah.
I'm glad I hang up all this exposition in my room.
I think the
Ooh.
lack of any kind of melodies, like some like real music here, is just kind of draining.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's atmospheric, but
Do 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 do.
yeah, other than that, can't recall any of the music. Yuri.
Johnny boy.
Still producing printed newspapers in the future, I see. Oh, actually, no. How old's that article? It might be hour past.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
I like the random color changing is not quite working. Or the OC.
That's why you wore them. They looked really cool.
Very Japanese name Joseph.
Oh, this guy's so cool. He gets his own riff.
Yeah, it is.
俺の人生で最も信用できる親友であり、良きパートナーだった。
I know.
I'm just putting off the the movie connection here. Oh no, not Professor Lorraine. Yes, Strange Wife is also Lorraine. What?
今日は運がいい。こんな早い時間に客が来るとは。どうぞ。鍵はかかっていない。
ジョナサン、久しぶり。
ロレイン。
Professor Lorraine.
Nice tits.
Don't even make jokes about that.
私よ、ジョナサン。28年ぶりね。
Again, I've got stuff to say, but we'll get to that when we get to that. We'll get to the tits.
私、おばさんになったでしょ？
That's what being frozen does to somebody, yeah.
あの頃のまま。
ロレイン。
Actually, it took me a second to remember, like, she's supposed to be older than him now. She just kind of doesn't look that way.
Yeah, it's...
厚かましいのも分かってる。でも頼れる人がいないの。あなたしか。
何があったんだ。
助けてほしいの。
He's a snatcher!
大変なことに。
I wish it was that interesting.
分かった。さあ、入って。
I think it says a lot that I genuinely cannot remember the main thrust of the plot. Like, I cannot remember... I remember where it goes, but I can't remember...
あなたにこんな姿見られたくはないもの。
start.
じゃあ、ロレイン。いや、依頼人さん。とにかく話だけでも聞こうか。
Let me click on you.
Good job.
They're using a D-pad, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's gonna be rough when we get to actual action scenes. I remember when I played this, the emulator was fine with the mouse. I think.
Yeah, I imagine that wouldn't be very hard at all. Oh, come. That wasn't even close to the right spot.
I didn't think that would actually be an option here, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
俺たちがいたあの頃から30年近く経っているが、何も
It's
変
like
わっ
about
ていない。
the texts.
本当のロスは北に移転しちまったがな。ただ、たまに今日みたいに雪が降るんだ。異常気象らしい。
Yeah, global warming really fucked the world up, eh?
ロスに雪が降るなんて。
例の地下鉄もスラム化が進んだんで廃止になってる。
Loading.
We animated that. Tough weekend of rapes, Jesus Christ.
Why isn't it not just Earth?
This place is a lot more depressing.
It's true.
A lot more.
Yeah.
で、君の夫がどうしたって？
Anyway, you're bumming me out. What happened to your husband?
3週間前、会社に出かけたきり行方不明なの。会社や警察に問い合わせても誰も取り合ってくれないの。
God.
それで地球へ。
嫌な予感がするの。何かあったに違いないわ。
蒸発とかじゃ。
蒸発なんて考えられない。この地球ならともかくコロニーで行方不明だなんて、きっと何かの事件に。
脅迫みたいなものは。
いえ、何も。まるで神隠しにあったみたい。
金目当ての誘拐ではなさそうだ。
It's because there's no ransom.
つけられてるのか。
そんな気がするの。気のせいかもしれないけど。
Jonathan is smart.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Oh. She's still single, just make sure to mention that. Man, Beyond is as old as Streets of Rage is today as we record this.
君が再婚した北条ってどんな
北条
人なんだ。
北条は日系2世で、あの徳川グループの徳川製薬に勤める技術者よ。
Oh god. It's coming back.
勤勉で
Alright, yeah.
とても悪いことなんかできない人。そうね。写真だったわね。
な
Hello.
るほど。どう見ても悪人には見えないな。幸せそうじゃないか。
You fucked my wife!
ええ。この写真、預かってくださるわよね。
Nah, I don't want to look at him. I don't really want to find him, let's be honest. Show her the picture.
It's like a salary man. The thing about this game is, it's like Snatcher was also just like a lot of text, but there's just something about this that just makes it a lot harder to sit through, and I don't know what it is. Like, it might be that droning music. It might be the fact that it's a lot less humorous and over the top as Snatcher.
Yeah. A lot drearier. Just in
Like I
general.
have to like force myself to read this more, if that makes sense. Japanese? Why were you there? Why were you there, half-caste?
Like,
You're not
Gillian
a
was kind
cute-
of a doofus, but he feels like smarter than this guy.
Yeah. I'm really struggling to just get ahead of myself with my opinions of this game.
Oh,
Because we've got a lot of, like... We've got
Slow
a
down
lot of
there,
time to
Pac
fill
baby.
with... Yeah, we've got a lot of time to fill with things to talk about. But we're not even... Oh god, it's like not even half an hour.
yeah, well, we got music now, but it's just it's not like adventure game music. It's Metroid Planet music.
Yeah.
ロレイン、君の勘だけではわからないな。何か
Even worse, it's worse than that.
北条から
Oh, yeah.
預かっているものがあるの。カプセル剤と
It's more stock music.
なんだかわからないけ
It's
ど
it's that Netherrealm problem. It's like cinematic, but it's boring.
カプセルと墓。
自分に何かあったらこれを警察か
It's kind of a thing with
信用
like
できる人のところへ届けるように
you know, like the Genesis, like 16-bit consoles and shit, where you had such a limited amount of instruments, so you
脅迫
kind
な
of
んかじゃないでしょ
would have a hard time making music that was completely boring and just
まだ
slides
その
right
手
off.
の
Yeah.
品を見せてもらってはいないが。
Yeah.
Although you
can
could
make
also make it
bad.
awful.
You can make
I
it
mean,
awful,
true.
but that'd still
口
be
に
less
するように言ってる
boring
だけな
though.
の
Yeah, no, I know what
プ
you
ラ
mean.
トーに何
More
か
so true for the Genesis than the SNES, because
フラットに。
Super Metroid's sound was pretty forgettable.
It's like the sound font was terrible, but there were some tracks that sang in there when they rose
Oh,
above
yeah.
it.
No, yeah, there was. It just the general tone of that game was weird.
どっちからでもいいが、その葉の切れ端ってのは。
I wanna.
これがその葉よ見たことのない葉だわ
It's a
しかし
fucking
なぜ
leaf.
半分なんだろう。
最初
I've never seen anything like it.
預かってくだ
Well,
さ
it
い
definitely feels like a slower start because it's not as yet as intriguing as here's snatchers. They exist right away.
Well, that's
It's
definitely true though, because it's like getting off like the little prologue of Snatcher. It's just like robot invasion, and you're just like, yeah, damn, I'm pumped for this. This is not that.
this is just like you're a detective who sucks, and well, there's a space colony.
Yeah, this was
And there's, but you're, yeah, without the space, this could be going on without the space colony, and so far it'd be like
タバコ
mostly normal, except
Yeah.
for the whole cryo sleep thing, but that hasn't really figured in it yet.
Snatcher led with the history of the catastrophe. This leads with Jonathan's cryo freeze, whereas in Snatcher, like they only
あの
mentioned
頃は
Gillian's backstory as
こ
sort of
れ
an
は宇宙
afterthought
飛
thing.
行士だったからな。
Well,
Not as an
they don't-
afterthought, but they
this
just
is
they
not
did
a radically different place other than the colony.
同じような仕事仲
they also got the catastrophe out of the way
皆さん
because
結婚は
because they put off connecting the catastrophe with the Snatchers until the absolute
自
end.
分のことで精一杯だ。
They really put off that
この夢は
link
君と
for as long as possible.
その時のものだ。
So I think they mentioned the catastrophe as soon as possible and then just
Yeah, but like this is just a very different kind of plot point that needs to be handled differently.
you definitely don't know what to expect going into it. I'll give it that.
まだ私の写真飾ってくれてるのね
ああこれ
なんだか嬉しい
I've never been big on this, you know, kind of
つい昨日のことなんだ。
hard-boiled noir detective character that
そんなあなた
Yeah.
is, and I'm
私
kind
の
of
夫のことなの
trying not to let that necessarily color my opinions too much at this point, but
I have to say, I find his blue hair really distracting, considering this is supposed to be going for a noir sort of Hollywood action film kind of vibe. The fact he has extremely anime hair, really, I just find that really distracting. I mean, him
Yeah.
not having blue hair is not like my problem with this game. It's not like, oh, the game sucks
Well,
for his
no.
blue hair,
But,
but
like,
it seems
even she feels like she fits in much better than he does.
yeah, you could picture her in like a live action adaptation of this because he is like Kojima's trying to be Hollywood here.
Yeah, yeah.
So why does he have blue hair? Also, Jonathan is a substitute for an actor, but again, I'll mention that later on when we meet Ed.
I do think this game gets a lot less dreary after we get into.
It-
a plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this opening.
This is
more
it's the
dreary.
setup that you can't really avoid.
Yeah.
It picks up a bit.
それは
It
That's like
changes.
Yeah, not to spoil the game. It picks up a
これが
bit
その
when
カプセ
he
ルよ
when he gets to the main setting, but then it kind of drops
わ
again
からないの
徳川製薬に
when you
関係する
realize
も
the
のだ
mystery is not terribly interesting.
預かってくださる
依頼の内容につい
It
ては
becomes less
君の
stark and more
話が大体分かっ
stupid.
確かにただのジョー
This is also more Hollywood in that
ジョナサン引き受けてくれ
the
た
the
わよ
plot's a little well not Hollywood, but
お金なら
it's
心
more
配しな
realistic,
く
it's
て
more
も
grounded than
お金
Snatcher.
はドル円
待ってくれロレイン
Decline case. Game over.
ロレイン
Oh.
想像はできないが考えておくよ
ジョナサ
You
ン
should probably see that ending where
Keep it
Gillian
clear.
shoots Jamie though. It's
悪いが
it's
しばらく
something.
考えさせてくれないか今日
Well,
の
it's like
ところ
5 seconds long, but it's kind of funny. You just get a game over.
そうね
すまないこれは預かっておくよ
わかったまた来る
I don't know how many people are like actually listening to this commentary, but if you
週末まで
listen to this and you haven't watched
ビバリー
like
ヒルズの
the
ホテル
Snatcher
ニュー
one
ロー
first,
ズ
you
にいます
probably should watch that.
いつでも連絡して
Kind of spoiling the shit out of it.
ジョナサン私許してもらおうなんて思ってないあなたの帰りを待ちきれなかったのごめんなさい
Lady, I am so sad right now. Can we just...
あなたが
This is the sad music.
私心から嬉しかったもっと早かったら
I get that she's standing in the shadow, but I keep thinking she has a really unusual tan.
それが言いたかっ
I keep thinking she has one of those, like, net coverings over her face, like the... Like a
Like a
funeral
veil.
wedding. Yeah, yeah.
ここへはどうやって
たホテルで車借りたのクラシックな感じの
A turbo cycle.
会えてよかったわ
Nice talking to you, bye!
Something about his design is just the blue hair is just too much.
The fucking random color changing. I feel like I've set this little LED thing I had to like the stupid random color changing mode
俺も
and turn the lights off. And of course, this thing is a LED Pikachu, so that makes it even funnier.
It lets them make a still image and then like sort of imply that it's animated, you know?
Yeah, obviously.
It's the only reason why it's snowing in LA, so you can notice that.
Oh shit, Biker Man.
ロレイン車から離れろ
Get it to wear in a public place though. I think you draw a little suspicion. As in the future, it's just normal.
奴はどこへ行った
Debbie does them all.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
撃ってきやがった
Who will be first?
Oh shit.
That's why you should probably play this with a mouse. This is like getting a copy of Time Crisis, but you only have a normal controller. It's just like, no, just don't do that.
言えない早く行け
That is a slow moving car.
I think it was like a cleaning thing,
Ah, I see.
I think.
I thought he was gonna jump onto the dump truck, but no, he just fucking... He just moved over a little bit.
I just love that sound when they get hit. I'm pretty sure that sounds exactly like the sound that when people die in Sunset Riders.
Well, it's also Konami, so could be
Yeah,
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
路地へ逃
It's
げ
cut off a little, but yeah, it just
逃がす
that's all I think about, which is just really silly.
Konami have a lot of IPs under their belt.
Yeah, they do.
Although, obviously, the ties with Kojima, so...
奴はどこへ逃げた
With what he's leaving on the ground, I don't want to follow him anymore.
それほど時間は経ってないはずだそう足跡が追えないここには雪が入ってこなかったのか
No.
地面に何かこぼれている
You know what does stick around here?
白い血人工血液
It's a Japanese translation.
Holy shit, Sigma's a robot.
Fuck!
I forgot about that.
I just love the Japanese like graffiti and stuff. They just kind of go, or for crude people, they just kind of lose all sense of cohesion and just put the word "fuck" 30 times. Like, no, I mean, I know, like when we stub our toe, but no, usually we put sentences with our fucks and shits and dams.
I mean, graffiti is usually like a signature, so I don't know. Maybe it's just Captain Fuck.
Captain. Oh man, don't spoil the appearance of Captain Fuck for Yoshi.
What's the
He
same?
got the same
Me?
rank as Gillian.
Oh no!
Me, name's Captain Fuck, bounty hunter.
It's written in the same color as the white blood, so maybe he wrote that himself. He's just like, "Fuck! I just got shot in the leg."
Yes. Watch out for Captain.
No,
named
it
Fuck.
specifically just said that it's not the same thing as the liquid when it looked at it.
Oh, damn! Ruined my theory. They covered all the possibilities.
Kojima wins again.
Oh no! The killer is a
He's
bag?
hiding in that. Yeah, he's hiding in that clearly.
Oh right. Fuck that thing. Oh, that was neat. I
What?
like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, you do have to reload in this game. Well, I suppose the one benefit of using a D-pad or whatever is like you could just
手応えはあったはずだ
your
When
aim
they
doesn't
stick
waver.
around, yeah, you don't have any drift.
Yeah.
This music.
I'll kill you.
奴は
Oh,
恐ろしく足の速い奴だ
another message from Captain Fuck.
この先は行き止まりのはず地面に何か書いてある
Why do you do
I
that?
thought it seemed like kind of cool in Japanese, but like in English, it just sounds hilariously just kind of straightforward. I'll kill you.
I wasn't trying before, but
挑戦状のつもりか
I guess the white blood thing is a reference to Alien, how the androids in that leaked
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
milky blood.
so it's like more interesting that you actually have to look for stuff rather than just pick from text selections, but
Yeah.
it also has the potential to help you.
Pixel hunt.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like they just got the advance just by hitting enough.
Not an issue, yes, but
No,
it will
right,
be
yeah,
later.
no, I'm just saying, like.
Oh,
in
they get
general.
pixel hunty.
Yeah, I think so.
I
I just-
think so, yeah.
It's one of those things like you just know that they will, just because like they had so many different options they could look at just to waste time.
Fuck.
Oh no, fuck is written red now.
It wasn't Captain Fuck after all.
It's an imitator.
This seems simultaneously more and less futuristic than Snatcher. More futuristic in that they've got fucking space colonies, less futuristic in that the vehicles are a lot more contemporary.
I think it's kind of intentional based on the fact that it's like all the old shit is still on Earth, and then the colonies, everything's more futuristic.
Yeah.
And also the colony seems a lot more, it seems like it's kind of a grounded colony, you know, more hard sci-fi-ish.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But yeah, no, I think you're right, SK. It's definitely... like, Earth's still kind of behind the times. Especially like you're saying this is like full of ghettos and stuff. And snow.
ロレイン、
その時計まだしてくれてるのね。
時間にルーズ
Don't look at me, I'm so old.
君がくれたものだ。
私たちの時間は止まっていたのに。ジョナサン、お願い。カレンは病気なの。助けてあげて。
What? No, I'm looking for your husband. Jesus Christ, I need one thing at a time. Solid Snake there again. You missed it.
友人だ。古い。
Why is he still wearing the Policenauts shirt?
Because he's a fucking idiot, that's why. I don't know. He looks like fuckface from Captain Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. I was thinking of Captain Fuck again. Captain Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, Spike or whatever. I'm just making up characters now. Captain Fuck, Captain Bebop.
They call me Captain Spike Fuck.
グラビティタウンに移り、順調にビヨンドコーストへの軌道を飛行しております。なお、これより先は無重量状態となりますので、ご気分の悪くなられた方はウィンドウ脇の呼び出しボタンを押して、お近くのスチュワーデスまでご連絡ください。
I'd said this in like text form in Midnight Wandering in the past, but still think the PS1 was like the fucking Wild West of technological developments.
Yeah.
宇宙は苦手で。宇宙酔いですか。珍しいな。
So this isn't a spoiler because this is what we said when we first played this. This guy looks evil as fuck.
事故で宇宙を漂流して。
Yeah.
それで宇宙恐怖症に。それは大変ですね。スチュワーデスに行って薬をもらったらどうです。コールボタンなら。
You know, medicine for anxiety.
いや、まだ大丈夫。
Yeah.
It's the future.
気を紛らわすには話すのが一番です。
Excuse me, why do you not have pupils and why do you have stuff written on your head?
よろしく。
Why is your name Tony Redwood?
I think I wouldn't know his name is Tony.
イングラムです。よろしく。
Also to mention, it's the exact same font as MGS1. Like, that was like the first thing that jumped out at me. Including the little, showing the voice actor's name in brackets.
Oh, that,
When it-
yeah.
Well, I mean, you had to take the font from somewhere, the translators.
Yeah, I don't know if that's also the case in,
はい、どうなさいました？
in like the Japanese version of MGS, if that was like the same font across the two games.
ああ。
Why is it? It's posed like this, yeah. This is quite a camera angle.
私にできることございますか？
We'll see what this long player does, but
Could you open your
Yeah.
legs for me? What the Jesus Christ.
fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
Oh, good. It's one of those anime protagonists. Good.
Yeah. So, admittedly, apparently there was a lot more of this shit in the Japanese version of Snatcher. When they localized it, they're just like, yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, 'cause Gilligan had a little bit of it, but no.
A little bit, but not like this. Whereas these fan translators were just like, I guess they were just against any form of censorship.
Well,
Well, like, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, do you want to censorship or?
Also, it'd be really hard to like edit that out because
Yeah,
that is a
I know.
command.
I'm not saying they should have. I'm just saying it's. There wasn't like a publisher behind the translation this time.
Right.
Yeah.
It just seems like it would probably... It was already a lot of effort to get this translation done, so worrying about that kind of stuff rather than just,
Yeah.
translate.
But you also realize that if they did take, not that they would anyway, and not that they would or they could, but if they theoretically did, they would get a lot of backlash.
Oh,
from
yeah,
people.
of
How
course.
dare you get away with it, touch the boobies?
How dare you remove the panty shots from Skullgirls? It's my favorite part of the game. I do remember hearing something, and I don't remember where I heard this, but Slowbeef was talking about how he actually, had to be convinced to keep working on this project because he found out about some of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kojima's bizarre to me because he does this, he does the character Quiet in MGS5, but he also made the boss, who's the best fucking female character I've ever seen in a video game. It's so weird.
I will say that I have completely shut out everything since we touched the boobies, and I got lost.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of it in this game where you could just talk endlessly about just kind of establishing things that you don't really need to know and you probably don't want to know. All this
They
stuff
give
about
you
being
a
in
lot of
space.
options, and
Yeah.
maybe they, oh, you have to pee more often. Okay.
Kojima does this thing where he does the weird sexual stuff, and then he also tries to use science to justify it. That was particularly true with Quiet. It's why is she naked? Oh, because she breathes through her skin. Oh, that makes it fine then. Okay, you fucking idiot.
That checks.
I don't even mind sexiness, if it's got a good cause behind it. Eva in MGS3 was sexy, but she was playing into the James Bond archetype of the Bond girl, and she actually had a plot motivation for seducing Snake. She was trying to act sexy. That was her character. That was actually part of the plot.
That was an
It wasn't
idea
just-
rather than just a thing that was thrown in at random. Just
It
to be
wasn't
like...
touching the attendant's boobies. That's what I'm saying.
I
I
wonder
don't
how
mind.
much execs push this stuff.
I don't mind sex appeal in games, but just to have some sort of reason for it.
This is... It gets so much worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
No, this is not isolated.
That's why I wanted to talk about this game. It is kind of fucking bad. In a lot of ways.
It is really look.
And throughout this entire time, we've just been basically establishing that, people get space air sickness. Here's some medicine.
Also flirting
Here's
with...
that explained in 30 million details.
Lucas World.
Showing her a picture of our wife. What the fuck?
Ex-wife.
I mean, yeah.
She's dead now.
She's
She died an hour
really
ago.
ex now.
she's really beautiful. Yeah, she's dead. She just died, actually.
She died an hour ago. Just came from the funeral. Hey, you want to bang?
Mind if I touch her boob some more?
Yeah, he's not even trying to sleep with her. He's just touching her boobies like he's a fucking teenager. Game theory, is Jonathan a virgin? Oh, thank Christ. Jonathan's face is he's just realised what he's done.
He just realized that Tony's been watching him the whole time.
I love his snap, just look at that really anime looking dude. with like purple hair. And he's called Tony. Hello, I'm Tony. It's like giving a cat like a really ordinary name. It's just like guy shouldn't have such a plain name. Oh, right.
The Tube on YouTube. What kind of VTubers we got these days?
I mean, it's just they'll just be YouTubers. Oh, I love the BBC.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I know you.
Hello.
This just in. This just in. My mother just died.
Wow.
This just in. We're still using scan lines. Oh shit! Best narcotic. Narc.
The arcade game Narc.
This is such a typical BBC News.
What a late! You just named it Narc.
Wow.
Clearly, Kojima was a big fan of the Midway arcade game.
Oh man, it's super drug. It's drug plus drug.
It's the most common illegal drug. Therefore, I didn't need to tell you that.
This is in someone arrested for marijuana, which is a popular drug. You can't just call it BBC News. That's taking me out of it too much. They do acknowledge it though. I know that's coming up.
BBC
Yeah.
どこのテレビ局だろう今のはビヨンドのテレビ番組ですよ
They were about to be sued.
つまり BBC
Beyond Coast Broadcasting, BBC.
Jesus Christ.
The perils of fan translations.
Wow, they had nothing to do. They couldn't do it.
We can't change this animated BBC at the bottom. Fuck.
Oh man, organ.
Why do you have to animate that?
宇宙開発における宇宙環境の影響により人体へのさまざまな障害が起こっています。無重力状態や宇宙船などにより臓器の疾患、異常が急増しており、
That's why they need all these 4-year-olds.
Yes, those very useful 4-year-old
Yeah.
organs.
Where you have to like have multiple of them to make up for an adult-sized one. I'm running on 7 child hearts.
I like how that segment ended twice.
Yeah. Just look Jonathan's face here. He just looks so guilty, and he should. He's a horrible person. Yeah, I guess.
Yes, I do mind. You're not gonna touch me, are you?
That sounds similar to all the semen I found in that alleyway.
I think Are You From Beyond is like the future way of saying, get out of here.
These terms, for God's sake.
They renamed astronauts into amphibians? Frozener, I remember that.
This is where you have the terms that either the Japanese made and made very literal English terms, or translators just made very literal translations.
Yeah.
I have read quite a few articles about localization. They're generally pretty interesting. It's like a fine line between accuracy and producing something that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
God, it's just the fucking background noise. It's so just draining.
It's space.
I feel like I'm actually like stuck on a plane or something. Like it's not. I feel like I'm just like listening into this conversation between these two, just because I'm so bored.
Well.
So I'm sorry, I was too busy yapping. What's a Frozona?
It's like a snatcher, but cool.
Okay.
We can bleed
But
more. We upgraded our blood stat.
So they're like enhanced humans, because I genuinely forgot.
Oh no, Frozeners are just artificial, not even insemination, just test tube babies. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I was too busy complaining about the sound.
are we there yet?
The whole game is this pacing, by the way.
No.
It's like paced or if you don't poke it on every option, but it's the kind of game where you naturally poke at every options.
Like, why can't you show him the pills? He's just like, no, I don't want them.
Well, this is your inventory. You can show every item in your inventory.
Oh, Christ. It's like Phoenix showing his badge to everyone.
少し眠ったらどうです？そうですね。宇宙よりも楽になりましたから。何かあれば起こしてあげますよ。それじゃあ。
Theme of sleep.
Your health has been fully restored.
お疲れ様でした。当機は間もなくビヨンドコースト宇宙港に到着いたします。到着ロビーにて国際宇宙検疫制度に従った消毒
Space medical exam.
Shouldn't you have gone through those checks before you left?
Yeah, if you don't pass the check, we're sending you back.
Don't they check? I mean, like on a flight, they check for contraband before you board, not after. Oops, you have drugs. Well, you're here now. Please don't run off. You've got something that will contaminate local fauna and, flora and fauna. Oops. Try not to leave the airport with it, I guess.
The terminology feels way too forced. It's like beyond
really
orbit
is.
and space.
Snatcher did similar things, but it wasn't as contrived. I don't know if that's the writing between the two games, or the difference between a professional localization and a fan one. Not to discredit these people too much, but you know. Do you want to save everything?
Also, there's just more weird shit that we didn't have in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Act 1, Junk. Oh god, that wasn't even the first act, it was just a prologue.
Beyond Coast 天と地が一つに見えるところここは本当のあの世ビヨンドかもしれん
So it took me a while to realize this is just that Tekken 6 stage that I never could wrap my head around.
Oh yeah.
A big ring
地
world.
球でのネゴシエーター特権もここでは通用しまい一人で北条の行方を探すのは困難かもしれないエド・ブラウンに協力を仰ぐのが賢明だろう奴なら快く引き受けてくれるはずだエドはビヨンド警察 BCP にいる
You can rely on me, Johnny.
ポリスノーツ時代からだからきっと BCP でも出世してるに違いない念のためにポリスノーツ時代の写真とロレインの写真を持ってきた何かの役に立つかもしれない
If only we had like devices that could display thousands of pictures at once in our pockets. I'm not locking the game for that, it's just like whoever like foresaw smartphones, you know?
Yeah.
Amphibians, for God's.
What's the deal with all these flights?
This very much is like a sort of game you would get on the PS1 though. Like this
Yeah.
weird kind of... We've got CD technology on a mainstream console. Like, what on earth do we do with it?
Whoosh.
Very George Lucas transition there.
ここが BCP かさあエドに会えるといいな
Oh, got some Gundams out here.
If you ever played Metal Gear Solid, you should recognize them from a cutscene, which is like Otacon's favorite animes.
I was just thinking, Geronimo, War Destroyer.
Yeah, all that. Actually, no, even here they're just using normal cars. Those aren't turbo cycles.
Huh.
It turns out there's no reason to have hover cars.
Oh shit.
Especially when you're in a space station where I assume you can't just fly around everywhere.
ここが BCP のロビーか
Oh, good, some tits I can grab.
おいあんた何の用だい
I'm sorry, you don't
被
have
害
tits, so
届でも
no.
出すのかい
Unless you got some tits, I'm not interested.
It's one of those games where you can make the protagonist look really ADD by just ignoring questions asked to you and just looking at walls.
Starsky?
Oh my god.
All right, we legalized prostitution.
What the? Why is she here?
Well, no, like she's being arrested. Isn't that why she's being arrested? Arrested? I'm so tired.
A violation of our restitution.
俺はジョナサン・イングラム地球で探偵をしてる
Bob.
それで
Oh god.
わざわざどうしたんだい
昔ここに勤務してたことがある
へえ本当かい ぶち込まれてたってわけじゃないだろうな。
警官をしてたんだ。当時の旧友に会いに来た。
なるほど。同窓会でもしようってわけか。それで話してみな。
Whatever.
Keep track of it, but it's like so far there aren't a lot of characters that are very anime looking outside of Jonathan and Tony.
Yeah. It's like Kojima wanted to make something grounded based on movie characters he liked, but he also wanted to make something set in outer fucking space. Kojima's thing is very much blending sort of realistic settings, but then just having a flair of like really over-the-top technology in there. Because like Solid Snake's not running around firing. Like Solid Snake uses real-life firearms, SOCOMs, FAMAS,
Right.
things like that. But it's also in a world with walking tanks.
Advanced police.
Oh my god.
I think that's the appealing thing about Metal Gear is just that kind of weird hybrid of, you know, like realistic military tactics. You know, he researches the military tactics to animate the Russians infiltrating the tanker, but he also has fucking Metal Gears. That's what I think's interesting about that series. This is like that, but like way more skewed. The mundane is more mundane, and the fantastical is more fantastical, and I just don't think it gels as well as what Metal Gear does. Snatch, I don't really think does that. That's just kind of more futuristic overall.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious why this game didn't get translated.
I think just the sheer work. When I was reading about Snatcher, apparently that was like a little bit of a difficult proposition for them because there was a lot of text, and a lot of VO to record. So, but they went ahead with it anyway, and there's significantly more in this. So I probably just thought, yes, it'd be kind of niche as well, you know, like this. Take in mind, like anime in the 90s in the West was like a lot more niche than it is now.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
true.
still pretty niche now. Like, this would be a hard sell. Probably wasn't deemed worth the effort.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, take in mind, this is 96. This is this is pre-Pokemon, pre-Dragon Ball in the West. You know.
Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, the two heralds of the anime-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Show every item to every person.
This is not much longer than any other run that I saw, so...
Yeah, like the Snatcher run we watched, apart from the occasional, the guy apparently falling asleep at his desk or something, he didn't waste a lot of time. Like, he didn't really... Because he can show everyone everything in Snatcher, like he's doing here. But it's not necessary.
風紀課に行ってからにした方がいいぜ。
どうして？
聞かなかった方が良かったかもな。立ちの落ちぶれた姿は見たくないもんだ。
Oh, we're trying all the wrong move options too. Yeah, this is mash every command.
Yeah.
あんた、エドに伝えてくれ。早くやめちまいなって。いつまでもただ飯食らってると惨めだってな。
Probably countless games like this. I don't mean like exactly like this, but you know, like obscure kind of adventure games, weird oddities that exist. But this one just happened to get translated because it just has Kojima's name attached to it. But otherwise, I don't think anyone would give a shit.
ここが噂に名高い風紀課か。
Yeah, because I think, This thing was a Saturn? We were looking up, I think it was like Amy Paradise or something, just seeing what kind of games even they had on it. There was just like a lot of untranslated, like text-based, like VNs.
I heard recently the Saturn outsold the N64 in Japan.
I would not be surprised, actually, judging by what I saw there.
Although, I don't know, Sega was selling Nintendo in Japan sounds kind of weird, but then again, the N64 was kind of weird. I don't know how true that is, don't quote me on that.
I like to imagine they both sold pretty well.
Yeah.
ジョナサン30年も先回りしやがってジョナサンイングラムか懐かしいなエドも元気そうだなジョナサンよく来てくれたゆっくりしてってくれこの通り俺の方は
Give me some money.
そうだビヨンドでも案内しようかエド違うんだ実は頼みがあってきたんだ頼みああ助けが欲しい俺の捜査に協力してくれロレインの夫徳川製薬の北条健三という男がこのビヨンドで行方不明になっている俺はロレインの依頼で
Then she got fucking killed.
エドジョナサンすまんがそういうことなら力にはなれエドロレインが殺されたんだ俺の目の前で何か大きな事件に巻き込まれたに違いないんだすまんジョナサンどうしちまったんだよエドいつからそんなふぬけになった頭を冷やせジョナサンこの一件は我々の担当ではないホームの警察
Some words are timeless
エドジョナサン BCP で俺たちのことを何て呼ばれてるか知ってるかジャンク屋だここはクズしか集まって
Well, that was accurately translated. Definitely heard him say junkyard.
俺の知ってるあのエドはジョナサンお前の知ってるエドは30歳も若いエドだ今の俺は違う守るべき家族もローンも
But a lot of these characters and Snatcher characters appeared in Metal Gear Acid as cards.
Oh.
That was an interesting game.
俺はゲイツのように器用ではないエド俺はここでこの汚い地下で机にしがみついているのが精一杯だ今のこの地位もゲイツの情けだ分かったそれ以上言うな
デカ長がやらないんなら私が手伝うわ
メリルがやるって言うんなら僕もその話に
乗っ
お前たちバカなこと言うなこんなことが上にバレたら終わりだぞ
終わりってデカ長ここがその終わりなん
There's
じ
the
ゃない
Foxhound logo.
エド俺は30年の間にいろんなものを失っちまったロレインも
And this soundtrack is really weak.
It is no
Like
Snatcher.
it's trying, but yeah, it's no Snatcher. We've got themes, you can hear it, so the wacky sax. It's theme. But it's just like
なんてこったあと3年だぞあと3年で無事定年だってのにたくジョナサン表だっては協力できんからなエドそれから無茶はごめんだぞ無茶は分かってるさエド心配するなお前の心配するなが一番心配なんだ
Oh wait, you have a character?
デイブお前らこの件には手を出すいいなこの件は俺の個人的な問題だ
了解デカ長手は出さないわ
口は出すけどね
well, I guess if they did an English dub, I'd know what Meryl would sound like.
Oh, hello.
メリルにデイブだ
I already know one of them.
メリルはホーム
デイブ
育ち元ハイテク特殊部隊フォックスハウンドの最後の隊員だ
Oh, right, yeah, that's actually a backstory.
陥落に参加した道理で地球なまりがひどい
She's just fucking Meryl.
Yeah.
Home accent? You're narrowing accents down to a planet? What the fuck? And I thought British was kind of broad. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you sound like... Are you from Earth? I knew a guy from Earth once. Did you know him? I knew an Earthling once. Maybe you came across him.
So, why is Meryl in this game?
I don't know. Funny thing is though, I can actually tell what that tattoo's supposed to be in this game, whereas it is just a fucking blur in MGS1.
Well,
Even though she still references it.
Well, it turns out you can have all the texture quality you want in this game. Because you're displaying one texture.
They put Mel in this game, then they put her in a good game, and then we're like, shit, we need to put her in another bad game, and they put her in MGS4.
jeez.
Maximum Burger. It's when the burger like goes to the top corner of the screen and starts flying around. I don't know why, I'm just getting a kick out of a character just being called Dave. Like Tony as well, they're just very ordinary names.
We talked to Bob at the front counter as well.
Yeah. Why was he even named?
I don't know why that scene was there.
Yeah, a lot of this game was just, yeah, like, why was that entire scene there? It was like building up that Ed was kind of a loser and he wasn't respected. Like, they didn't have to drag that on for so long.
Well, I mean, since you're in the... They can't, like, time skip because you're in the character's, like, viewpoint 24/7. You have to talk to the front desk.
I know that, but I just feel like you just direct you and then...
They could just give you less options or animate it.
Oh my
This is
God,
like
they are
if you
doing
played...
everything.
This is like if you play King's Quest and try to use every icon on everything
Oh god.
and every inventory item on every...
I already have a negative opinion on this game. The way this is being played is not doing this game any favors. Like, if they played Snatch like this in the video we watched... What? What? Would that actually affect it?
I don't
And
know.
they keep saying, like, zero gravity. There's clearly gravity in here. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, this is...
There's gravity here.
What the fuck? We don't belong in space.
How can pollution be that bad? Just, like, you've got the infinite void of space. Just fucking throw it out. What?
Maybe something about shaving your arms or something? I don't know.
Oh no, I mean, I've seen women with tattoos. That's not...
Yeah.
I mean, is she a woman? We haven't felt her up yet.
She just told us she's still a woman.
Oh shit. Well, we gotta be sure.
I have to say that this anime Meryl is not how I envision the character. It just kind of looks off.
Oh, it's just a different art style.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe not like in MGS4, where she has like actual details, kind of throw me off as well. I'm sorry, like, going back to the pollution thing, like, why is that an issue? Like, this is the one place where you can just get rid of anything and never ever see it again.
I still think it's probably kind of awkward to just have. I don't know. Never mind.
Oh no, fuck it. Well, the Martian's gonna complain. Maybe it's like a logistics thing. Maybe it's not as easy to do as that.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, you have to have your own, like, contained ecosystem or whatever. Like, it's... I don't know.
Just shoot the smoke out of a tube that's out of the whatever.
Didn't make a lot of sense anyway. She's just like, I'm not going to drive a bike unless I'm polluting. It doesn't feel the same.
Fuck the environment.
It's the assumption that it's not as fast.
Ugh.
Yeah, I guess you put all up the sound.
Okay.
Stubbo, not Stubbo.
What?
They're just like heading out of the building. Like the pacing of this is kind of throwing me off because I kind of thought he was just preparing to leave, but we've been here for ages talking to these two.
It was kind of weird. It was just like, all right, let's go. And then here these two are. Let's talk to them.
Sasha did a little bit of that, but not to the same.
Damn, John.
Ah, so this is what we were talking about with the recoil.
Ah. Okay.
ヨナさん、それじゃあ BCP 内を案内しようか。
いいのか？
いいんだよ。お前を一人にする方が心配だ。びっくりするぞ。ここはホームの警察とはかなり違う。さあ、どこへ案内しよう。
Boop.
Hello.
Oh, that fucking
Oh,
stupid face.
I remember that now.
わしはビクトルじゃ。いつになったらちゃんと
Oh, it's Dr. Kawasaka.
諦めた方がいい。エドは物覚えが悪いんだ。
お、誰じゃねその人は。ジョナサン、紹介するよ。BCP の鑑識を担当しているビクトル・ユルゲンス先生だ。
よろしく。ジョナサン・イングラムだ。OLA で探偵をしている。
ほう、あんたがあの有名なイングラム飛行士？え若い
Yeah,
頃
it's pretty funny.
あんたの火星有人飛行の中継をワクワクして見ていたよ。そうか。戻ってきたんじゃな、あんたのホームに。よろしくな。
What?
I can't stop looking at that face.
It looks like an asset from that Jackbox game, Survive the Internet.
It's a bit like Metal Gear Mark 2, except not. Oh no! He's a snatcher!
Ugh.
You ever tried cleaning it?
What the fuck?
Oh no, he's a snatcher.
Bodies in space.
Keep saying everything's like affected by zero gravity. Like how much?
It sounds like they said it was a what? Well, it said something about a 1G zone at some point. So
There is, and we do see it, but like the vast majority of the colony it has gravity.
no, that would be a 1G zone. Like it was
Yeah,
the zone
sorry,
where
yeah,
there is
yeah,
gravity.
sorry, 0G, yeah, 1 Newton, yeah. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, there is a part with zero gravity, but it's like a tiny part of the colony. So I don't know why they just constantly mentioning things that are affected by zero gravity when there's so little things apparently affected by zero gravity even here. I don't know why. Like Kojima just got really hung up on this notion of things in zero gravity, and that's the big thing that would affect everything in space.
It sounds cool, and wouldn't it be great if there was a bunch of things that were affected by zero gravity? Oh, we should probably maybe put some in the game. Maybe. No. Never mind.
Space debris, like bodies.
It's just this. All this. This is like too fantastical. Like just disposing of a body. Like, oh no, you can't throw it in the water. They'll detect the gases. Whereas like Snatch was in the future as well, but it was. There wasn't all this weird stuff about. Like, you can't even just hide a body without it being some sort of weird. Having all these loopholes to jump through because you're in a space colony.
It feels like they're answering a lot of questions no one asked.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like, the game's just... Well, the Kojima's just ruled out that they can't throw it in the water. It's just like, well, okay, and... Didn't ask that, but okay. And the answer why it can't be in the water is kind of stupid.
調べてもらいたいものがあるんだが。おお、なんじゃ。それか。あ、これもそうだが、もう一つある。全部見せてみ。
Can you ask your robot to stop mugging me?
Oh, good. We got rid of 2 inventory items.
Thank God.
This will speed the game up slightly.
すごい地球なまりだ。安
Oh
心
my
するよ。
God.
That mean?
冷徹に話すからな。地球のように流暢な。
Them newfangled kids with their newfangled accents.
Is that an Apple II?
ここが BCP の射撃訓練場だ。BCP では週2回の射撃訓練が義務付けられ
Why is there an Apple II there?
イヤープロテクターはその壁にかけてある。
I don't know if that's an Apple II.
実弾を使うんで
No, but I like to say it is.
俺も使って
I mean, I don't know what it is, so it's an Apple II now.
税関で銃の登録はしてるんだろ。
ああ、登録は済ませた。弾のライフリングまでな。
あの右の端末を使えば訓練プログラムが始まる。現れるマンターゲットの命中率と命中箇所がわかる仕組みになっている。ただし、このプログラムは無反動銃、つまりリフトガン用に設定されているからな。 リフトガンはいかにロックオンするかが問題なんだ。実行プログラムはターゲットモード、トレーニングモード、コンバットモードの計3モードが用意されている。
That's not the order you said them in,
それぞれ
translators.
様々な状況を
You
想
have to
定
read
した
patches.
特徴のあるプログラムが取り入れられている。昔ながらのメカトロニクスと最先端の立体映像、エレクトロニクスを駆使して
Oh my god, I don't need so much spoken dialogue about this.
いや、実戦に近づけるために VR は使っていない。銃も実弾を使う。安全性の追求だけでは訓練にはならない。軍でも銃の訓練に VR を採用していないのと同じだ。
So if you fail, you will actually die.
現実に風穴が開く。
What the
Talk
fuck?
of VR. The VR training is giving me Metal Gear vibes as
そ
well.
こいらのバーチャルリアリティとは違う。そこのインテリジェント
War
タ
is
ー
a
ミナルで
video
操作す
game.
れば作動する。
Loading.
Actually know what the difference is.
Well, I mean, it's like just targets and then like people targets with like specific, you know, where you hit the weak spots of the human body.
Man, I love Point Blank.
Oh man, I'm playing that arcade game that is in every fucking place ever, like on Game Police Trainer or whatever.
I don't know that one. That's definitely the bullet holes of someone aiming with a D-pad. Those are all parallel in a line.
Well, your vertical hold is really good, but
Yeah, it's one of those lift guns. You have no recoil. You can only aim on a horizontal line.
Man target.
This is the sort of thing where I imagine there's an absolute shitload of dialogue that they had to translate. So I know even just in Snatcher, which didn't have nearly as many options, there were just so many like different lines they could say.
you left the volume turned up.
薬莢を拾っていけよ。リフトガンは薬莢が出ないんだ。苦情が殺到する。
なるほど。わかった。エドは訓練しないのか？
いいんだ。
But they don't emit shells? Then
お前の腕を久
are
々
the
に見
bullets
て
not
みたいな。
Oh,
in a
それ
shell?
はうまくない。
it shoots the
もう
whole
運が良く
thing.
ないんだ。
I don't know.
Wait, what is the explosive?
Maybe a little container because you know it's outer space. You don't want like random things floating around in outer space.
I just don't understand how you would make a bullet
Zero gravity.
function then.
No, I meant like the casing is ejected into like some sort of holding tank or something rather
Like
than
it just goes back in the mag or something.
And you throw the whole mag away.
I suppose that's fair.
I just have to try and make a Jonathan Ingram payday build, but the only catch is I can only aim on a horizontal axis. Unlike the other long play, this one's just not optimized. This definitely feels like when I played it for the first time. Which I suppose is a more apt look at this game. Like, this is the more general experience you'll get rather than someone who knows every single right option to blaze through it. Why are we doing this?
I think we might have to waste time for the forensics thing.
Oh, probably, yeah.
This music.
This music would be fine if the rest of the soundtrack wasn't such like droning ambience.
It's very distinctly sounds like it was composed by the same person who did like Mega Man X2 or 3. It sounds 16-bit.
I was gonna say like Lethal Enforcers or something along those lines.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, in the Konami game at least. Imagine this being relatively funny if you had an actual icon though.
Yeah, actually.
Not, you know, D-pad.
Oh, you actually have to aim off screen to reload?
Looks like it, yeah.
Yikes.
Did we get the voice saying reload?
Yes.
I'm so happy.
I will say, there's something really satisfying about reloading in one of those light gun games, where you just like snap your hand down just to point off screen, and then click and then snap it back up. There's a real nice feel to it.
I always remember Time Crisis with the pedal.
Oh yeah, yeah. It sounded kind of disappointed, but he got a 98.
Yeah, but like as you saw the little things go up, apparently you actually had to hit like the center to get 10 points.
Ah.
The there's also the this game has its own little jingles and shit, but they're not half as satisfying as the ones in Snatcher.
僕が見本を見せてやろう。
デイブか。珍しいな。お前がここに来るとは。
賑やかなんでね。
Dave has joined the party.
モードのレベル1から。
うるるる。
Here's how to not be bad with your gun.
Step 1, use a mouse or light gun, not the fucking D-pad, idiot. Easy mode, Dave? I'm trying to think of the best time to mention this before I just flat out forget to mention it before it's unusually late. Yeah, Dave's a bad shot. I love this like fake aiming as well, like how he's clearly deliberately missing like whoever's like recorded this input.
Well, I mean, he's actually very
in the leg,
clearly
yeah.
aiming for legs and arms rather than, you know, kill shots.
What?
Like, to the point where I think it might be a character trait.
No, it absolutely is. I'm realizing that now. Yeah, you're right, I didn't pick up on that at first.
I do quite remember that, when you were doing this, like, the game seems like it's really harsh. Like, they do a lot to make it seem like, oh, you didn't do that good. It's just like, motherfucker, it's not like you need that much accuracy to play this game.
So what I was saying before was, Ed and Jonathan are... It's Lethal Weapon. They're Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. I'm mentioning that now because I just don't know when I'm going to get another chance. So just look at Ed shoot. Oh, Dave, sorry. He's a pretty good shot for someone who has his eyes closed.
And isn't moving his hand.
Yeah. He has that Brock from Pokemon thing going on. Or Daimon.
Permasquint.
Yeah.
We have to watch the whole thing. That's ridiculous.
Holy shit, yeah.
This whole game's pacing is fucked.
見事。
Oh, now you're going to say impressive for this shit.
You missed the baby, you missed the blind man.
Plenty of crotch shots, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
His squinting eyes are super anime as well. He definitely looks more anime than most of the others as well. That's like 3 like actual anime characters so far.
Wait, what shells? What?
Done yet? Oh, the fucking pacing. I mean, Snatcher did this as well. You'd have to like do other things until another thing was triggered, but it was less on the nose than this.
Also, the things you had to do weren't nearly as slow as this.
Every time you want to practice, it takes so fucking long.
So is Meryl gonna come in and show us up, or?
Should blow their heads off, I don't know.
Loading. Loading.
Hell, I mean, this stuff wasn't even mandatory in Snatcher.
Yeah, right?
I just realized some of those were holding guns. Or, like, they all are. The first couple I saw was, like, I didn't even notice, because the black and white. Which is like, are you supposed to shoot the hostages, or... Oh, okay, no.
I don't fucking know. I don't know what those X's are for.
No, who's the dingus that shot the X on the right?
I think they do, like, quote, fire at you if you leave them long enough.
I mean, they start flashing, yeah.
Also a life bar. So long.
I don't remember the shooting in this game being that intense.
Yeah, there's hardly any.
Damn it, we made this engine and we're gonna make a game out of it.
Did anyone boot up Policenauts just to do this? Like, oh man, I really want to try the shooting again.
I don't think anyone booted
Like,
up
who had a Lethal Enforcer's light gun or whatever, when this was their only game compatible with it?
I don't think anyone's playing this.
I'm gonna get some use. I want to play a light gun game. Let's boot up Policenauts. I mean, there's only a lot of options in it if you want to go for like score attack, I guess. 3 modes, each one has like different targets available, and each one has 3 levels of difficulty.
Each one strains your eyes.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's still going!
Well, like, seeing as how it said level 11 was normal and 21 was hard, I think it's probably like endless until you die.
Oh god.
Oh, good.
Fucking
Lord
damn.
Almighty.
I hate this. We didn't see like the Snatcher shooting range, but it was just like super fucking simple.
It's a fucking... It side dodged!
Yeah,
Oh my God.
they're dodging bullets.
This only goes on for about a minute. And then we're done with shooting range, I think.
Oh. How'd you make like the one action sequence so boring? Oh wait, it's finally up to silver. Whoops.
It's like the scoreboard at like a basketball game.
Ah, there's the don't shoot targets.
Yeah. You have to play this game for like 25 minutes before you actually see them. Did they make a mistake, or were they just like getting as bored as we are?
I have no idea.
Well, they made a mistake. They're playing it with a D-pad.
Hi.
They made a mistake. They're playing Policenauts. Wow, Jonathan, that was shit. You suck.
Shut up.
Yeah, like given the what the combat was in the first one, and then the what their expectations here is way out of line.
Oh yeah.
Why is the dialogue about the shells voiced every single time? Why is that necessary to be voiced? Oh my god! You still not... Oh, Jesus!
Well, we haven't gone to the AP room.
Armor piercer.
This isn't just police, it's advanced police.
Oh, I just remembered the reunion with Tony, who fucking... Well, we'll see.
Don't quite remember this.
I remember because he's like really polite on the spaceship, and then as soon as you get here, he's like an absolute fucking asshole.
ゲイツ久しぶりだなジョナサン・イングラムジョナサンじゃないか
Yes.
いつこっちへゲイツ BCP 本部長だって出世だな
They award you the title of Big Boss.
You took it out of my mouth.
みんなのおかげだ私一人の力ではないジョナサンあの事故の件は残念だったあの鉛筆事故がなければ君がこの椅子に座っていたかもしれんその話はやめてくれま同じポリスノーツとして大歓迎するよどうだ観光はまだかいや観光で来たわけじゃないでどうした実はジョナサン人を探している名前は
Yeah, I think Ed's like, shut the fuck up.
ビヨンドの徳川という社員だ徳川3週間前にこのビヨンドから姿を消した捜査を依頼に来た彼のワイフは地球で殺された穏やかではないな本部長私はジョナサン徳川が絡んでいるとなればことは単純では済まない
I hate you now.
BCP として公には協力できんその代わり江戸を使ってくれていい徳川に何かあれば最終的には我々が乗り出す江戸
So he doesn't step. I forgot he didn't step in between Ed and Jonathan doing their own unofficial stuff, but you can't officially help
ジョ
them.
ナサン、歓迎はするが派手にはせんでくれよ。約束してくれ。
わかった。迷惑はかけない。
しかし、久しぶりだな、まったく。
You wanna look at this leaf? Oh wait.
How long are we gonna be here looking at this one man? Can I touch your breasts?
Is that what happens to your hair in 0G?
He has to use a special grooming technique, otherwise it goes all over the place in 0G. They use recoilless combs for your beard. Oh, Space police sounds like such a cool concept, but well,
At the end of the day, it's just kind of normal police, but occasionally
Yeah.
they just talk a lot about
Was-
sci-fi shit that you aren't seeing.
yeah, like constant references to 0G. Yeah, like the
It's
only
not the
0G.
kind of space police where you're like traveling between different worlds and different planets that all have their own thing going on.
Yeah,
it's
it's not
just-
Star Trek. It's the only practical.
It's humans
Example-
went into space.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
there's still cops.
the only time we've seen actual evidence of zero gravity affecting someone is the fact that a flight attendant didn't have to wear a bra and it made a tits
No, she
extra
floated
bouncy.
too when it started.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
I don't remember floating around. I just remember a nice big bouncy tits. That's all I remember. That's all I took from that. What's the plot of Policenauts? Don't have to wear bras. Fuck's sake. Use all this talk about zero gravity and the only thing we actually see involving it are breast physics. Well, not even physics, just animations. Like every other sentence, like, oh, the zero gravity affects this, zero gravity affects that. It's like,
I don't know why it's cracking me up so
it's just,
much.
but it's just normal cops. They're just cops. It's like, yeah, it's like all this talking about how being in space affects stuff, but there's like we haven't seen any of it yet. Like for all intents and purposes, it should have just been the game should have just been called Police.
We're only like a fifth of the way through the game. Come on.
The game should have been called Police Cops. I'm also looking for like a natural place for this to take a break and end our first section, but the pacing is so fucking glacial. It's just not giving us it. I was like, oh, right, we'll just wait for them to get the test results, and then it's like 10 hours of shooting range.
Why? Oh. Okay, yeah. Like, this space shit better pay off.
Well, well, I mean, they sort of kind of vaguely try to let it. I remember that much.
I mean, we haven't done any of the investigation yet, but at least the investigating should be like, I'm on a space colony, or unique in some way. Let's hope.
You would think.
I'm saying Snatcher had a lot of good world building in it. And it's like, a lot of the time you would see the stuff as well. You know?
Yeah.
This is a lot of describing stuff and hearing about it while not actually seeing it. Everything we've physically seen, apart from just literally being in space, has been pretty mundane. Right down to, like, just normal cars. The most futuristic thing we've seen are like the space suits outside the police station, like the fucking mechas.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen them in action either, so it hasn't really affected anything either.
Before we break, we have to get in our conversation with Tony. See what that guy's
Yes,
up
we
to.
do. Oh, it's our good buddy from the trip over here. He's a nice guy.
He was just...
Yeah, he's helping us get over our space sickness. He's a nice, friendly guy. We know each other.
He's quiet, but, you know.
He's the only one not wearing a helmet for no reason.
I have a bomb.
旅はどうだった
Hey, buddy.
ポリスノーツさん
AP だったのか。トニー・レッドウッドだ。AP の爆弾処理を担当してるが、
Oh, it is.
鉛筆乗りでは彼の右に出る者はいない。ミスター・ゴダードと呼ばれている。
宇宙酔いくらいで参るうちは
Why?
早くホームのママのところへ帰った方がいいぜ
Handle a bit of sass?
スチュワーデスに薬でもここはビヨンドだあんたのような古いテレストリアルには厳しいところだ
俺はお前のようにゾンビみたいになるつもりがないがね
ジョナーさん、やめろ。相手にするな。
He just has a heel turn.
この次元装置の仕掛けわかるか
Like he's perfectly polite earlier, and then he's just like a massive
ホーム
dick.
で爆弾処理班にいたことがあるらしいな
麻薬界入る前のことだ。
通常
I went from bombs to drugs.
解体されないようにいくつか
Same
の
thing,
安全策を
basically.
設ける
Wait, no.
ここに赤と青のコードがあるだろう最後のセーフ
Now, if we
I'm
keep
not really.
talking,
I'm
nobody-
not really paying. I'm really not paying attention to any of this because, like, I don't think any of this is going to be relevant later on.
No, no, absolutely not.
No.
危険の赤か安全の青か
レッドウッドの
I can't get over how normal he was on the. I keep calling it a plane. I'll call it a plane.
アウトだコロニーに穴が
But then, just as soon as you meet him here, he's just
攻撃的な人間が
so
常に
antagonistic.
赤を好むとは限らない
I don't get it.
答えは青
There is no answer for this. You fucking idiot.
ああ
Thanks for the random information that cannot be helpful unless you yourself were to make a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Whenever I meet somebody, I ask them, like, if they were making a bomb, what color wire would they cut in order to defuse the bomb? Like, that's the most
Yeah, 'cause
important thing
you
you need
can't
to know.
you can't trust anyone. So
Oh, yeah, no, there's the
Unless
theme
I
of
can guess
trust
them,
and...
you know.
Wait, hold on.
you see, you're taking advantage of the human's tendency to create judgments, just like the Nazis did in World War II.
Christ.
I think I realised why he's antagonistic.
Yeah, they both just started being dicks to each other.
He was like sort of rude, and then he just totally laid into what is essentially his race
Yeah, actually.
or disability, whatever you want to call it. It's just the way he was born. Well, not disability. He was, anyway, let's not get into that. But it's like the way he was born. He's just like, yeah,
He's
you
a
look
super
like a
soldier.
zombie. Huh.
genetically
How's it going,
engineered super
Captain
soldier.
America?
Oh, you can modify your personality.
It's
AKA...
called, it's this mysterious power called acting.
I was thinking it's called emotion. Jesus Christ. That's right, it's actually a plot point, I guess, or at least part of this conversation is, yeah, I'm just a dick to you now. Fuck you.
Shouldn't he be more professional when he's at work?
What the fuck?
reading that as Frozone. Honey, where is my spacesuit?
意地悪いやつだな。一度も瞬きしなかった。
フローズナーはみんなだ。あれでノーマルらしい。
ノーマル？異常だぜ。
It's normal in that they don't do it.
水晶体の眼内レンズを装着してるらしい。視力は常人の2倍はあるって聞いたがな。
あいつらが俺たちの子供かもしれんなんてな。
心配はいらん。少なくとも俺とジョナサンの精子は使われていないだろう。
だろうな。エドが遺伝的に優れてるなん
Is
て。
this that new race of super atomic men that Modern I was talking about?
奴に対しておかしくないか？
そうか。
奴と何かあるのか？
フローズナーとは合わないだけだ。
Please tell me you're done.
It's a boy!
ゴルビーも頑張ってくれた。ゴルビー
Oh, you weren't kidding about. Oh no, Metal Gear. What have they done to you? It's like Metal Gear Mark 2, except it sucks.
Loading. A, B. Oh my.
AIDS.
Imagine if your computer did everything that whenever you try to, like, do that.
Just anytime.
I thought the computer was just announcing that Jonathan had AIDS. I was just like, where's this going? Oh, AIDS. Jonathan, you didn't eat any of those capsules, did you?
They're flying around in zero gravity.
This is you can only see this sort of thing in Beyond. Normally you'd have to use your hands to open them. Yoshi, how interested are you in pharmaceuticals?
Should I be?
You have to be if you're going to enjoy this fucking game.
ビタミン剤、風邪薬、咳止め、精神安定剤。
麻薬の一種ではなかったのか。
No, it's a coincidence.
All contain coincidences.
これは単なる薬じゃ。それも発売済みのな。
なぜ北条はただの薬を大切に持っていたんだ。
何か細工が。
He had trouble sleeping. What was the other ones?
Had a cough.
He had a cough.
そうまで言うのならこれを見てみるんじゃ。
Had that weird science thing that I don't understand.
NSAID is just Advil.
数値も何もかも徳川が申請している薬と全く一致する。
He was sick because he ate too much buffalo.
さらにあまりよく知られてはおらんが、正規の薬にはすべてその内容薬が何であるかを示す製剤識別コードというものが薬の表面か包装に記号化されて示されている。
We put a UPC on our drugs packaging.
Drug identification code or
こ
dick.
の部分のマークが徳川製薬性を示し、その横の数字が薬品名を示しとる。これらのカプセルもこの規定に従い製剤識別コードの表示と内容が一致する。つまりごく普通に。
Okay, so we put the numbers together. What do they spell?
これも特別な薬ではなく、
Murder.
も見出せん。ただ。
どうした？
Yes, Yoshi, you've got it! Damn it, the rest of this video is just going to be formality now you know the twist. It was a murder.
Okay.
Oh, this game's so fucking boring.
Is that a mistake? Is that a deliberate, like, haha, we left part of it off?
右と左で対になってるんじゃ。4つのうち2
God.
つが左の歯が欠け、残り2つは右が
Insane.
偶然じゃろうかな。
This is great. Wow, this is so much more interesting than the robot invasion.
Well, it's supposed to be an early clue that's like, I have no idea why this would be important, but it's kind of weird.
徳川製薬品の偽物じゃないのか。
それにもう一つ、このカプセルは封入式でなくキャップ式を採用している。
Oh, do we have to put the left part with the right part of them, and that's why the left part is missing and the right part is missing?
Oh my god.
I can't even remember.
そしてこのカプセルのためにロレインも。
しかし徳川製薬が関係していることは間違いない。徳川製薬社員の行方不明。不可解な徳川製薬のカプセル。
ビクトル、歯の方はどうなんだ？
Fucking leave. I don't know.
こっちの方はズバリじゃったよ。この葉はブラックポピーの葉じゃ。
ブラックポピー？
黒消しだ。合成麻薬ナークを作る原料となる。
ああ、ニュースで言ってたやつか。
そうだ。毎日合成麻薬ナーク。
Oh no, the drug company is making the drugs and the drugs.
I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely can't even fucking remember. Like, when we were doing Snatch, I was like being careful not to spoil certain things. This, I don't think I could spoil this if I wanted to. I cannot remember the plot. I really can't.
Oh, I can't spoil anything important. I only remember stupid things.
I remember like stupid things, like little set pieces, but not the actual plot. No.
大気汚染物質が検出されるんじゃ。じゃが、この葉は
We have genetically engineered leaf.
つまり地球外で栽培されたものということか。
さらに限定を裏付けるウイロイドの一種が検出された。
ウイロイド。
これがそうじゃ。
When did I play
Imagine
this?
having to translate the word viroid, because they didn't say viroid.
植物細胞内に感染して増殖する病原体じゃ。
When did we play this, SK?
It's a few years back, for sure. Oh, you know what? I could probably find out if I go back and look through those Jackbox videos, because I remember looking once and finding the video where we had just played this game and like just made a bunch of in-jokes about it during our Jackbox session.
Okay.
But yeah, at the very least it was like 4 years ago or something.
Yeah, sounds about like 4 or 5. Because we had a phase where we just kind of would like screen share games while and just watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, it may have just been after I did Snatcher. I mean, that would make sense, right?
Yeah.
とにかく北条の失踪にはナークが絡んでる。そしてその舞台になっているのが徳川製薬。
ますます厄介だな。これまでにも
They've been involved with drugs and drugs.
If I remember
A
correctly,
big ass investigation.
If I remember correctly, the premise of this game, from the name Policenauts, is police in space. But from what I remember, the plot could take place literally anywhere and it wouldn't make any difference. There's absolutely no correlation between the mystery plot and the setting of space. That's what I remember.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It has some hints of being futuristic in its plot, but that's about it. Like, they have a setting, and then they just don't fucking use it. Aside from, like, gags.
You could set this on Earth and it would make no... you know what? I'm having flashbacks. I think I literally said this last time. You could set this on Earth and it would make no fucking difference.
Yeah.